For all of you who just clicked the button of the video and who don't know me, I'm Kanishk. I make videos related to fitness motivation, and also I help people who are currently pursuing masters and who are planning to pursue their master in the United States. So stay tuned and watch the full vlog. Hey everyone, welcome to today's vlog. And today's vlog is going to be very informative and very helpful for all the people who are coming for masters information system at Stevens. I have one of my friend who has been studying in Stevens from past 2 semesters, and he was also seen in one of the videos. So you guys will obviously get to know him more after this video, because he's going to share his experiences about his, and he's also going to tell his journey. He's an American citizen, so he's going to tell you guys some of his perspective about this country and about this particular institute. So stay tuned and watch the full vlog. And he's also going to tell you about the process which goes into and the hard work which goes into while applying for your jobs, while thinking about a bright future. So here it goes. I have few questions noted down which you all guys asked me about, so I'm going to ask each and every question to him, and he's definitely going to be supportive and answerable for those questions.
I'm gonna try.
So yeah,
I'll tell something about myself. So, hi guys, I'm Rohan. By the time you guys watch this video, we would have completed my second semester in the MIS program here at Stevens. And before this, I have almost 5 years of experience in consulting and education technology. For most of it, it's been in consulting, and that has kind of helped me decide on why I wanted to do MIS. And hopefully whatever we discuss today would kind of help you guys decide onto things on why choose Stevens and why choose the MIS program, because I know it's a pretty popular course and a lot of people go through it. Everyone has those questions, even I had those questions. Before this, even though, like he explained, having the citizenship tag, I did all my education in India, my undergraduation, all my schooling, everything's been in India, so I believe I have a good perspective in it. I am from Chandigarh, and I completed my undergraduation in Punjab University, University Institute of Technology, and hopefully, let's see what the questions are.
Yeah, let's help you guys out with that, because I feel there are a lot of people who are in dilemma and उन्होंने बस admit ले लिया है. तो admit के बाद basically you have to decide about your fields, your job perspective, आगे क्या करना है. तो वो सब चीज़ें ये vlog में mostly I'll try to clear it out. Yeah, so my first question is why did you choose Stevens for masters, and why management of information system?
So, okay, like I said, 5 years, pretty much tasted a lot of different waters. And उन सब में मेरे को एक ही चीज़ समझ में आई थी कि I have a tendency to go through businesses and processes and understand those things and try to make them more efficient. And even though I was fortunate enough that throughout my experience I had experiences in different industries like fitness, like pharmaceutical industry, I had real estate, I had hospitality, I had education. And the best part of that was that everything that I learned from one industry, I could find a way to put that on the second one. And when I could put those two things together, I could better the third one and the fourth one and the fifth one. And it was a kind of a long-going process. And MIS was something that I knew because even though my undergraduate degree was purely in computer science engineering, I was still having a lot of experience on the business side of things and a lot of experience in management and trying to manage a lot of teams and trying to work with them and trying to work in cross-functional environments. And that kind of gave me that option of being exposed to a lot of different aspects of the businesses. And
basically it's a try and tested method. You tried a lot of things.
Yeah, for me it was more of that, since I was exposed to many different things, I was sure on the things that I did not want to do. Like I knew I could not get into finance, even though I wanted to. Even if I could, I would not have. I knew that I did not want to get very centric in terms of
technical part.
More the development aspect of things. I didn't want to go into there because
like front end, back end developing, or like
even though I had the perfect curriculum for it, and after the MIS degree, it would have helped me in securing a good enough position. I was still like, I knew for a fact that even though if I'm paid a little less than that, I'd not enjoy doing that. So might as well do something that you actually enjoy doing rather than, you know. So I think that's a very important part, and it's not like we have too much experience, but even for me having worked and for Kanishk having now done his graduation, almost completing his graduation, it's better to know what you do not want to do, and you can figure out what you want to do. If you rather than just keep on spreading everywhere, it always just kind of gets, you know, a big mess.
And you will always be in that confusion. You know, you won't be able to make a permanent space in any world. You will be thinking about, you know, some place or the other. कि ठीक है, मैं analytical side चले आता हूँ, मैं technical side चले आता हूँ, because obviously there are a lot of jobs in all of these fields. So मुझे कल देख के लगा कि हाँ कि कंप्यूटर साइंस में बहुत सारे जॉब्स है तो मैं स्विच कर लेता हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होता है. यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट दिस वन पर्टिकुलर डोमेन एंड यू हैव टू स्टिक टू इट.
And more than that, I think especially if someone considers to, I don't know what reasons are that people choose to come to US for. Everyone has their own reasons. But I really feel that if you are coming to US, there's gonna be dime a dozen people who are confused on what to do.
Yeah.
And very rare people who know what they want to do. So and those are the people who know what they want to do in which industry and, you know, what job role. Those are the people who actually kind of are the ones who get the jobs and get all the success stories that we hear about. That uska beta tha, wo chale gaya, he got a job and he's now he's managing a team. That's purely because he knew what he wanted to do. So the first question is always knowing what you want to do. And coming that, MIS kind of was that thing for me that I knew it would balance out my business side and my technical aspects, and it would give me that leverage of having a master's degree and being sure of what I wanted to do, and two, help me choose the industries that I wanted to target and kind of get into after my degree.
First, before paying so much, before coming over here and going through that tough process, you have to figure things out. अगर जॉब है इंडिया में, एक्सपीरियंस है, then think about what are you going to do next. If you don't have experience, then think about what are you going to do to make it better. Like अपनी प्रोफाइल कैसे बेटर कर सकते हो and किस डोमेन में इंटरेस्ट हो सकता है. You have to try and you have to give it a shot, and then only think about coming here for the masters.
Those things actually kind of give you a very good idea that there are a lot of jobs that you can find, but you need to be sure of what you're gonna try to. Because, for example, even if someone is an MIS degree holder, right, they get done and they want to be a business analyst in the fashion industry, and then there's the same person in the same class who wants to be a business analyst, but he wants to be that in technology. So those two industries are poles apart.
Yeah.
And knowing that and knowing what you want to do and which industry you want to do would actually benefit you going through the program, that you will learn those things in that aspect, and that would help you further on.
Yeah, that's right. So moving on to my second question, what courses interest you the most looking at the curriculum?
So besides from the core courses, of course, we don't get much option in doing that. Even though, yes, now from what I know from when I started and their batch, and now the ones after us, the college is in midst of a transition in terms of the management for our program, with program director Michael Frank trying to take the reins of everything. He is kind of changing things, and he's pretty welcoming in every aspect, depending on how you present your case. So for me personally, I am very much inclined towards the advanced business process management side of things, because of course you get to learn about many things, and it kind of changes your perspective on how to make things more efficient and how to make already next to perfect things better. So that would be my answer to that.
And like, should people try talking to their advisor about their dreams and the opportunities they want to look into?
So there's two ways. I knew this was going to come after I mentioned Professor
Yeah,
Frank.
because,
But you know what the interesting thing is? So anyone coming and doing that transition from an Indian education system to a US education system, right? They're two different worlds. We know we can try to draw all the parallels that, oh, itna kuch nahi hai, ye wahi hai, but different naam hai, ye hai, wo hai. But there are things that need to be done in a specific manner so that you understand those things better.
Yeah.
And your extra subjects that you keep on taking and your further, the way the course is designed, you should know that difference, right?
Yeah.
And when you talk to your advisors, yes, at the end this is a business, right? At the end this is a business school, but still, hell, if they're teaching in business school, they better be good at business, right?
Yeah.
So they are going to sell you everything that they know in the way that they think they should, that you should progress your studies into it. But what I would say is, if you are sure, and from what my experience has been, it may be different for everyone, but since I was kind of sure of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do things, I could present my case to him. And even though it's next to impossible to get in touch with him, but if you figure out a way and you get in touch with him, then and you present your case in a very solid manner that you are able to answer all his questions, he would understand everything, and he does give you that flexibility of choosing things the way you want to do.
Yeah, and I've also heard, like, he genuinely tried to give you the advices which are needed at the moment, and also going to, he's not only like, he's not that professor who is going to just force you into something which you are not interested in. He's obviously going to talk about the market which is currently booming, and also the opportunities which are going to come in the future for you guys. So you should be very open to him while you are going to talk about your ideas and your dreams.
Absolutely, and especially given the way the MIS degree has all the professors, they're all very well accomplished in their own industries, right?
That's right.
If they're consultants, they've been on the top. They're CIOs, they're ex-employees of every big company you can imagine. These people make more money than we can even think of, right? Because we can't put a number on it.
And they're very respected in the industry because they have a lot of experience, and they have gone through each and every process, and they have traveled the world. So they know, what they are talking about and what they are helping you about.
And every professor is an on-board advisory consultant to some big company or the other, right? So they always know what's happening in different industries, and they know what a good idea of things and how they are happening. Ask me, talk to your professors. If you know after talking to your advisor and you have your study plan, go ahead and talk to your professors.
That's right.
Just throw out an email, send them a message on Canvas, anything that will help you better suit yourself and guide yourself into making those decisions for yourself. They know we make a lot of sacrifices coming here. They know it takes a lot of money. $70,000 even for the US standards of education is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, yeah.
Especially for us, coming from India, doing that conversion, that's like a lot of money. And mostly everyone comes here with taking a loan, and that loan is not a small amount.
Yeah.
So those things, they understand all of that, and you need to have that conversation. They have an open door. You need to step into it and have that conversation.
That's right.
I'm sorry, it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy.
It's gonna be
I've seen
tough.
people from big universities, big names, they are still struggling for the jobs. I've seen like a lot of posts on LinkedIn, roaming here and there. Like there are a lot of people who are still struggling for jobs from very big names. So it's not about that. You have to think what you are doing, and
it's a commitment.
Yeah, it's a commitment. It's a
people
process.
Come here, and we see a lot of people who are here. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
They don't think about half of the things that they're getting into. But
yeah,
I'm not saying don't have fun. We have fun. We do everything that we can. But yeah, we need to prioritize our work first. You need to prioritize your studies first.
सबका एक time होता है basically.
हर चीज का एक वक्त होता है.
And my next question is views about the country, as you are a citizen of this country and you have also stayed in India for a very long time, and also you have few relatives over here who have stayed over here for a very long time. They are now citizen, and also
all their life.
Yeah, all their life. They all are citizens, and they have worked from the beginning. You know, they have started from the scratch and they have started from this zero. मतलब बोलते हैं ना कि शुरुआत हमने बिल्कुल नीचे से की है, वहाँ से करके आज काफ़ी अच्छी जगह पे हैं. So what do you suggest to all the people?
More than yes, I am a citizen, but I like to think of it in a way that since I spent most of my life in India, I know more, I have a better idea of that place. Yes, I've traveled here a lot. I've gone to the West Coast. I've done all the tourist destinations. I've stayed with people who work here for a living or in good places and have done everything on their things that they could. And they're doing pretty good for themselves. But views about the country, yes. Is it good? It comes down to what you want to make it.
Yeah.
Right? We've had these conversations almost every other day. You see a gym trainer, they don't even study post 12th grade, right?
Yeah.
They know what they want to do.
Because they figured out their passion. They know what they want to do for next 50 years. And they have made a journey map basically कि मैं यहाँ से शुरू करूँगा, ऐसे करूँगा, मेरा ये तरीका होगा इस फील्ड में जाने का, मैं ये चीज़ें सीखना चाहता हूँ, उसके लिए ये चीज़ें लर्निंग में लगेगी, ये सब चीज़ें मुझे डेवलपिंग में लगेगी. And then they are obviously figuring out their things.
So for us, yes, the journey is a bit different. It's still, the journey is still the same. You've seen me here, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And you've seen it pretty much.
Even being a citizen, he is still going through that process. Yeah, he's also applying. He's also talking to like a lot of people. He's also giving like a lot of interviews through which he is getting experience. And like, you know, it's the same process. It's the same tiring process. So, and he like I've seen him working towards that. It's just that जो वहाँ से लोगों को देख के easy लगता है वो है नहीं. मैं यही बताना चाहता हूँ अपने ब्लॉग्स के. Like, you know, people when they come over here, they just come because they know that अरे मैंने इसकी लाइफस्टाइल देखी, ये तो बहुत अच्छे से कर रहा है, या इसका व्लॉग देखा, या इसको मैं वहाँ पे ऐसे घूमते देख रहा हूँ. उसके पीछे स्टोरीज डालनी बंद कर दी. उसके पीछे का जो स्ट्रगल होता है गाइस, वो कोई बताता नहीं है, पर वो बहुत बड़ा होता है. एंड वो बहुत लंबी प्रोसेस होती है. एंड इट्स वेरी टायरिंग. आई एम गोइंग थ्रू दैट प्रोसेस. आई नो इट्स वेरी टायरिंग.
Everyone comes here from good families, right?
Yeah.
Even if you can get a loan for $70,000, you do come from a good enough family, right?
Yeah, that's
if
right.
not, you may not be the richest of the richest, but hey, let's be honest here. We're all from good families. That's how we can pay these things.
That's right.
And especially the first thing that, you know, surprises everyone is the shock that, like, we always have this.
Yeah.
Like recently, if we're taking random trips out of frustration, but
That's right.
it is a change for everyone, right? You have a very set lifestyle there. You have a very good way of living. Your standard of living is very different from what it was, and now what it's going to become is different. And I'm not saying this to scare you, but this is what everything counts into. Like so if you plan to stay in America and you plan to make a life here and, you know, further on get your family here and everything, this is the part that stories are made of. These are the things that you remember, because everyone's going to eventually make money, or they're going to figure out a way to make money.
Yeah.
It's more of being a part with this process, and you need to be ready for that, because it does get lonely, it does get frustrating. Hey, at times you just don't want to do anything. You're like, you know what? F everything, I'm just going to take the next flight home and, you know, not think about it, not worry about it. But those are the moments where you need to be strong, and
you have to keep going.
Even if you don't want to. So everyone says that, hey, it's different for you because you're a citizen. Well, all right, I came from India. I'm an undergrad from India and everything. Let's keep my side of the story aside. I have family here. They went through the same process. They were born here. They did their undergrad here. They did their masters here. Even they go through the same process. It is the same process for everyone. Does it make it a bit different? Yes, but it follows up with a lot extra pressures that other people would not be aware of, right? For us, if we know we have X amount of opportunities, we of course want to upscale it a bit more, and to get to that point, you need to work. It's same for everything at the end of the day.
Now that like each and every school in US is offering MIS course, and they have like different curriculum. So why would you recommend people to come or like choose MIS program of Stevens, or like people who are in dilemma of choosing MIS program comparing to other universities?
So MIS specifically for Stevens has been their flagship course, because Okay, let's go a bit back in history. Stevens is and always has been a very good college at the end of the day, right? We all know it could have been in the Ivies, but it did not because of whatever management and those stupid things. But yeah, it is a very old university, and this school of business is one of the first in all of America who started the MIS program. So for them, it's everything, that's the best thing that they have to offer. Come now, of course, financial engineering and everything that are good. I'm not saying, but yeah, MIS is one of the centerpieces when it comes to Stevens. And that's why MIS graduates from Stevens are pretty much on a lot of good positions once they've gone past their 10 years or 5-year marks. So MIS is good for a couple of things. That it gives you a balance between education, technical education, and management, business, and all of those things.
And also the industry experience.
Exactly. But at Stevens, especially like I mentioned before, the faculty is something that I believe is one of the main selling points, and the way they've designed their courses and the materials that we use to study is pretty much Harvard Business School review papers and a lot of research papers and a lot of things that we have to find and accomplish on its own. So I guess Stevens for MIS, yes, but is it as good as other people, or is it the best? Every college is gonna have something or the other that's better than one or the other.
And that's what I say, like ranking and everything doesn't matter if you are not ready to put in your hard work.
Let's be honest, if you're not in the Ivy Leagues, you're pretty much good
you
anywhere.
are in the same line.
Yeah, you're all in the same line.
Yeah.
But yes, the only benefit that you get from Ivy Leagues is the network that you develop.
Yeah.
Nothing besides that. But yes, if you go through this course and if you place and position yourself well, if you network with people, and that is where the location comes into play, that if you are smart enough to think, because by the time you guys come, things are going to be back to normal. By the time you guys come, you're going to have those networking events. You're going to have those points where professors do give you invitations to places that normal people have to pay $80 or $100 to.
That's right.
But so it comes down to what you want to make out of it. But yes, Stevens for MIS is pretty good, and that's why I chose it. So yeah, Stevens is good for MIS, and I'm comfortable with that choice.
That's great. And so I would now move on to my next question, which is about the capstone projects. So Rohan, tell me something about the capstone project which your school offers and how it is going to benefit for it has benefited like lot of people who did not get internship in the COVID times. So please tell them about the capstone project, because
so the School of Business came up with a thing that was called the capstone project. They were there before this, but especially during the pandemic, a lot of people could not find the internships at that point. They could not find places to work or have places or gain any kind of experience. And a lot for students who came here who pretty much even had internships, they could not attempt those or do anything about it.
Yeah.
So for us, I came after that semester. The semester previous to mine was when the capstone project actually started, and I finished my capstone project this semester, where the school is pairing up with a lot of medium to big scale businesses, and even though small scale businesses, depending on what you want to, where your interest lies. So for example, if it's something that's in marketing, or for example, if something is in business process management, or something that's more towards finance, or something towards analytics. So they have these 8 projects till now, and I know there are 3 more that are coming in.
They're bringing in new companies for each and everyone to get the industry experience.
So the main thought behind the capstone project of what I could understand was, we know times are tough. That was from the school. We know times are tough, and we know things are not the way it was or how you could have leveraged out of things. So they made the capstone project for us to get some hands-on experience to businesses, get into those meetings, act as consultants to them, understand their businesses, understand what the real life problem is right now due to COVID and everything that's kind of brought onto it and was ongoing, but they were surviving and figuring out things. And because a lot of businesses here are not businesses, they're more passion projects. And they do have the money and they figure out a way to stay afloat, but they're not optimized for their best potential.
Yeah. So basically it is going to bring each and everything which you have basically studied during your semester, and you are going to you are going to implement that particular thing, you know, in the industry. तो जो इंडस्ट्री बेस्ड एक्सपीरियंस नहीं मिलता है लोगों को इंटर्नशिप की वजह से, वो मिलता है इसमें.
Absolutely. And how businesses work and how people like to think what businesses work and how their businesses work. So it gives you some real perspective onto things.
And so I'll move on to my next question. Like I'm just feeling कि ये सीरियस इंटरव्यू चल रहा है और काफ़ी ज़्यादा सीरियस हो रहा है. ऐसा नहीं है. The questions which you guys have asked, मुझे वो सारे कवर करने हैं and एक ड्यूरेशन में कवर करने होते हैं. So that's why I'm moving on to my next questions fast, क्योंकि नहीं तो वीडियो बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा. एंड
we'll come back for another
हम लोग बहुत मस्ती करते हैं, तो आगे हम अपने आगे वाले वीडियोस में बनाते रहेंगे वो सब. लाइक एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मतलब इससे ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं कि हम लोग इतना अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, तू तो नहीं कर रहा होगा क्योंकि तुझे प्रायोरिटी मिलती है, या कहीं पे नेटवर्किंग में तुझे ईजी हो जाता है, या वो एक इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स के जो CPT और OPT की वजह से कई कंपनीज नहीं हायर करते हैं, वो तुझे नहीं फेस करना पड़ता होगा. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू मेक दिस क्लियर. ये अपना आंसर देगा. एंड ऑब्वियसली मुझे भी ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब मैं ऑब्वियसली वी आर वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स एंड वो अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस बताता है, एंड उसके थ्रू मुझे जहाँ तक लगता है कि लोगों को कुछ चीज़ें बोलना बहुत इजी होता है, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे सबके अपने अपने बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्क्स होते हैं जो लोग बताते नहीं हैं. पर आप बता दो.
नहीं, मेन बात पता क्या है कि correct, and I know जो there are certain struggles that you guys have to face.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate that I don't have to, but it all comes down to, at the end, that is not how companies work.
Yeah. That's right.
Now, since you guys are in the part where you've seen how the job industry is and how they work, these things are pretty much limited on how the company is structured for that financial quarter, right? They have certain number of people who they want to take. So they may be depending on certain ethnicity group that they want to hire. They may be presenting on certain number of immigrants they want to hire. They may be presenting on certain number of different, international people they want to hire. And those things, yes, it is something that, I get to apply to a lot more companies, but let's be honest, I don't have an internship till now.
Yeah.
Right? I've been applying since November.
Still giving interviews.
I'm still giving interviews. I have still gone through the whole process that you guys have.
And trust me guys, like he has given interviews for big names also, and it's the same frustrating process. And at the end of the day, he also gets his reasons back, for not getting selected or like.
And the worst part is, that email that starts with "Thank you for your entrust" is something that frustrates everyone. And for you guys, who say that it's easier for me, it frustrates me even more. That I don't have any reasons left for to console myself that why am I not getting into those things.
That's right.
But that's just what the reality is, and that's just how things are working right now. It is tough for everyone, and we're not able to present ourselves in person to someone. Zoom interviews are not fun.
Yeah.
They are.
Before that, higher view is not at all, because you are just talking to a computer. And
more than talking to a computer, you're talking to yourself. You can't even look here, because if you look here, that kind of means that you're in discomfort. If you look at yourself, it kind of annoys yourself that you're trying to look on every part of yourself. It's just a process. Everyone's getting used to it, and it's just so new, right?
And you can't even take a retake. It's gone, it's done.
And most of the times it happens with me. I say everything in a good form, and at the end of it, I'm like, oh, I fucked up. And that's it. I can't even edit it.
Yeah, you can't. जैसे इसमें हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें एडिट कर देते हैं, उसमें कुछ भी एडिट नहीं होता है. जो एक टेक है वो पूरा खत्म.
तो ये hire review, ये Zoom interviews, वो phone call interview. See, it's the same for everyone. Everyone's gonna say it, and no, even me speaking is not gonna change the perception, but it's not easy for anyone. Hey,
That's
we're
right.
all trying to figure out our places here. Everyone is gonna get the same amount, same money. Everyone's gonna get the same job title.
Yeah.
It may be different that, yeah, I have experience that may make the difference, that I have 5 years of industry experience, but besides than that, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And so there are a lot of people who have been asking me this question, like, you know, so MIS is basically of 36 credits.
Yeah.
ठीक है, तो लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं कि कैसे वो credits distribute करना चाहिए, and how many core subjects should they take in their first semester, and how should they distribute their electives, things like that.
So there are two ways. One way is follow your study plan. The B is, if you think you're good enough for one subject and you can take the advanced course of it, present your case. If the advisor thinks that you're making a valid choice, he will sign off to it. I did the second way, and to be honest, I think you should stick to your study plan.
That's right.
Because yes, 36 credits, 3 credits per subject. You can take 4 subjects in one semester. And the basic way how most students do is 4, 4, 3, and 1, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that adds up to 36 credits.
Yeah.
But the interesting part is, if you choose different courses, if you're good enough, you can make those connections with a lot more people. But if you stick to a study plan, it's kind of the way things work for us in India. There's a class, right? That class is going to move every year to a different classroom. But
That's right.
the students, you get to network with that good 50 number of 50, 50 students, and you can pretty much make connections that will help you definitely. Because one of them is going to get into a job somewhere, you're going to get a job somewhere else. After 2 years, you want to switch, they're in a different company, they can refer you. Third person who they know gets into it, that's a better thing. But because right now, remember, classes are in a hybrid, right? Even though
It's going to get on campus, right?
still debatable.
Okay.
Well, I'll still talk about the present situation, right?
Okay.
If they get into in person, that's awesome, right? That's good for me too, because I'm still here.
Yeah.
But if they don't, and it still sticks to the way it is, even in the hybrid, a lot of students just don't come to the classes. They want to stay at home and do it as however they're comfortable, and that's good. That's their decision. But on Zoom, you cannot network with people.
That's right.
You cannot. You're missing out on that opportunity, and pretty much any school or business school is going to teach you 2 things. One, it's going to give you an opportunity to be with like-minded people. And 2, change your perspective onto things with those like-minded people. And you get to have conversations. You get to have debates on things. And once you're talking about things, you learn different perspectives, and you get to know where you're wrong or where they are wrong, and you put your points across. And then there's a dialogue that happens, and that becomes into something that you learn. And that is how business schools work.
I have faced like 3 career fairs on Zoom, and it was not at all a good experience. Like, trust me, I was just waiting in the line, and when the recruiter approaches me, even like sometimes I am like talking to someone else, or like sometimes I'm not even in front of the computer, because I was waiting for like half an hour, and I don't know when my chance is going to come. So it's not at all a good experience.
That's for job fairs. That's the end of the degree, right? I'm talking right now.
Yeah, in
that's your classes. Yes, who doesn't? Right now the weather's good. You want to come to campus and you enjoy it. When it becomes cold, it becomes very cold. And when it comes to that point, you don't want to leave your house, and that's completely understandable. But you need to know why you came here.
That's right.
If you choose to do that, you're going to miss out on something. So that's where, okay, I want to be comfortable, or I want to stick to why I came here. So it just comes down to what decision you're going to make for yourself.
कोई भी चीज़ के लिए सब चीज़ यहाँ पे बहुत डिफरेंट है. कल्चर, द वे पीपल,
मूवीज के जैसा नहीं है.
नहीं है. हाँ, मूवी के ऐसा नहीं है.
Miami सिर्फ Miami जैसा है. California सिर्फ California जैसा है.
Yeah.
You're coming to New York City. Yes, you're gonna have fun.
But also,
do not forget why you came here. That's what the only giveaway is that I can say. And I try to stick by and remind myself every day because
Yeah.
who doesn't want to go out?
out
Who
and-
doesn't want to just
That's
go?
right. And after this whole pandemic.
Yeah, we've been stuck throughout.
That's right. And so my next question is like, what would you suggest for the people looking for on-campus job? मुझे बहुत सारे लोग पूछते हैं कि स्टीवेंस में on-campus job easily, like as you are also working in the information technology department, what would you suggest for all the people who are applying for TA, RA, or like searching for on-campus jobs?
When I came here, when I started my course and we started the program, it's a long process. You've got to understand that their management, there's a chain of command they have to follow, right? And like in any other company, postings are out. You send your applications. If they like it, they respond to it. If they don't, they just don't, right? But how things work here are, you are gonna apply. You may get an answer after a month. You may get an answer after 2 months. You may even get an answer after a week. I got my answer after 3 months and 12 days. I still remember, because it's not a guarantee that you're gonna get a position, and you've got to understand there's a lot of students who are gonna apply to that position, and you have to understand that you're only gonna be limiting yourself to graduate positions.
That's right.
Not the undergraduate positions. So it's a very small amount of people who they hire. Of course, if you are a good candidate, they are going to reach out to you. They are going to screen you. They're going to have their 3 rounds of interviews with you. If they like it, depending on the position, they'll hire you.
मैं मजाक भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ, एक जॉब के लिए यहाँ पे like there are people giving interviews, be it small, be it a very big job. So
it's very simple, right? Because you got to understand this. Every department wants to hire an undergrad because
their first priority.
They're here for 4 years or 5, depending on what type of program they choose to do. If they hire you in their first or second year, they still have 3 years to leverage off of that.
Yeah.
If they hire a graduate, they are, of course, it's not going to happen the first day. So we can take out a semester. Then comes the next 3 semesters. So they only have you. It takes them 3 months or something to train you.
Yeah, and if you have internship or something, then they might.
You're gonna drop off of that, and then you're gonna come back to it. So of course they choose the undergraduates, but if you're able to, again, it all just comes down to if you're a good candidate, they will hire you. But there's a lot of positions that are pretty much structured into a limit, and you need to be pretty smart on when you apply, how you apply. Because now with Workday and everything that's come into play, you can go to every department. That's what you're gonna hear. Hey, we just walked into departments, we gave out our resumes, and that's how we found the job. Don't do that, guys. Honestly. That is, if your stars are good for that one day, that person may take your resume.
Yeah.
Otherwise, trust me, I work in track. You're gonna come here, you're gonna see a lot of me if you come here, so but there's gonna be, I have a pile of resumes sitting right besides me, and I know I cannot do anything because I'm not gonna go to my manager and be like, hey, can you hire this guy?
Yeah.
No.
And obviously, like, people are there to help. Even if you find him on campus and if you ask him about this thing, he's obviously going to answer you
to the best of my knowledge. If I know it, I'll answer.
Obviously, if you will come to him and ask him about whether I can get on-campus job in your department or something, then obviously it is going to piss anybody off. सब busy होते हैं यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे ऐसे कोई basic question पूछ लेता है. So like we being Indians, we know the mentality and perspective.
हमारी खुद की वही है.
हाँ, but अगर कोई यहाँ पे आप किसी American से ऐसे जाके पूछोगे, तो they won't entertain you about that. They will seriously not take you seriously, and also it will not give a good impact to them.
You're calling a favor before even applying to something.
And they don't know you. Why should they, help you out? So keep that thing in mind while you are applying for on campus. मैंने अपने पुराने वीडियोस में भी बोला है, और अभी भी मैं यही चीज़ बोल रहा हूँ.
And please, ऑनलाइन जाओ, रेज्यूमे कैसा लगता है वो देख लेना.
Yes.
4 पेज का रेज्यूमे बगैर तुम्हारे किसी काम के सीधे कॉलेज टू कॉलेज आके कोई नहीं जस्टिफाई कर सकता. Take it professionally, make it professionally. It should be a business school resume.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have seen so much common mistakes that I cannot even begin to talk about. But you need to focus on those things, and you need to be very professional with your approach, even if it's anything here. Undergrad, you come here on campus, you're gonna see a lot of undergrads living, you know, the life and pretty much dressing a different way, living a different way, and, you know, going about their things. But you need to understand, you're a master's student. You need to understand you're in a business school. You need to understand you're gonna be graduating from here and trying to get into management. So those things need to reflect onto you as a candidate, even if it's for an internship or it's a job, or it's because an on-campus job is a job. It's basically a part-time job. That's it.
Yeah. It's not going to like यहाँ पे कुछ भी spoon feed नहीं होता. That's like मैं sum up ऐसे ही कर रहा हूँ कि nothing is going to come ready onto a platter and you are just going to, you know, sit and eat. You have to work hard for that.
Undergraduate job fair में हमारे पास जब इंडिया में होती थी, companies आती थी, right? You apply, you get through to the second round, you get through to the third round, and that's how you progress. But here, even if you're in a job fair, they'll listen to you. You'll throw your elevator pitch to them. They'll take your resume and put it on the side and ask you to apply online.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Even if your profile is very impressive, or even if you have worked in Fortune 500 back in India, or like even if you have any experience, they're obviously going to listen to each and everything, and then they're just going to tell you to apply online, or maybe they will give their card.
They're going to give their card.
Yeah.
They're going to take those resumes and go back to the HR and, you know, do the whole process or do whatever they want to do with it. It's not going to happen like that.
So job fairs are basically for networking. जो in person होते थे पहले, अभी आगे भी होंगे. So they are generally for networking.
Hopefully.
Getting the HR cards, company के बारे में थोड़े information orientations होते हैं, and college वहीं तक ही help करेगा. उसके बाद it's your journey, it's your dreams. So it's all about that.
It's your effort to figure out how to make most use of these things. Network with your classmates, network with professors, network with people around you, and who your company is, because that's what matters the most.
Yeah, but this is what it looks like, and ऐसी ही process होती है. तो process के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. Enjoy सब करते हैं, सब यहाँ पे आके बाहर घूमते हैं, सब fascinating जगह पे जाते हैं, photos डालते हैं, and लोगों को लगता है कि वो वैसी life होती है यहाँ पे आके. But ऐसा नहीं होता है. I'm just telling you, like through my channel, I just want to put out that reality through which people goes through in their journey and their process, and जो चीज़ सही में चाहिए होती है, you know, the mental preparation that you need when you are coming here for masters. So just be prepared, and thank you so much, Rohan, for coming onto my channel and
of course,
sharing your thoughts out. And it was his idea to, you know, record this video in Stevens.
You want to show the classroom?
Yeah, I'll show the classroom. And so first I was recording it outside, but then started raining. So then we thought of, you know, coming inside into the classroom, and we started recording a video. And यहाँ पे हमारी class होती भी है, कल भी हमारी यहाँ पे ही class है. Yeah, I'm going to graduate on May 19, and my new chapter of life is going to begin soon. And I hope मैं उस चैप्टर के थ्रू, you know, बाकी लोगों की हेल्प कर पाऊँ and बाकी लोगों को सपोर्ट कर पाऊँ.
And if you guys, I'm still going to be here. If you guys have any questions,
yeah, you can. I'll surely put his LinkedIn ID down below. Add a note, because that is one thing that you have to put in. And उसके बाद अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है और वो अगर जेनरिक क्वेश्चन नहीं है जो इस वीडियो के थ्रू क्लियर नहीं हुआ है, तो ही इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू हेल्प यू आउट. एंड अगर आप कैंपस पे देखते हो, डेफिनेटली गो एंड आस्क. एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग द व्लॉग. यहाँ तक देख लिया तो सब्सक्राइब का बटन दबा देना, एंड आई विल सी यू ऑल नेक्स्ट टाइम. सो टेक केयर.
बाय गाइस.
बाय.